Hey guys, I'm back. I did this yesterday and everyone really liked it, so I'm back again around the same time I did it yesterday. So I'd like to do this more often. It's really fun. What was really fun about it is the fact that I got to have the live communication with you guys. You had asked me questions right on the spot, and I got to answer them. That's really cool because you really feel like you have a connection when you're able to do that. So again, I'm here and um, I'm going to see if I can see your comments here on the live video. And we can, they should pop up and I'll be able to answer more questions if you have any. But what I'm going to do on this live video is perform sort of a song for you and then teach you something a lot more than I normally do on the free part one. So you get extra because we're live here. So again, ask me any question you want about anything. It doesn't even have to be about music if it's about other things. I'm not guaranteeing I'll answer every question, but feel free, whatever comes to your mind. So the song is, drum roll, a song that I originally heard by Rod Stewart, and it's called Downtown Train. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and growing up in the 80s, Rod Stewart was had this sweet voice, nice songs, and I liked it. But then later on, when I started discovering rock and roll, comments, I got to see what they are. Let's see. Love the shirt, thank you. Hi, Shawn, love the 80s music. Is this live right now? Yeah, it is. Right now, this very moment, April the 8th. Here I am. And thank you. I love the shirt too. Ireland, because I didn't just buy this. I love Ireland and Scotland, and because I did the DNA test, that everyone does. My mom made me do it. She wanted, so I finally did it. But I discovered that I am like 40%, Irish, Scotland, from that area. My DNA comes from there, so got to own that, and I love that. I love the people. I love the traditions. I love the accent. In fact, me and my son Evan, not every morning, but most mornings, we'll do the Irish accent. Good morning, Evie. Good morning to you. Rise and shine. And he'll be, good morning, Father. And we'll go back and forth real loud, and then it really annoys my 16-year-old son. He wants nothing to do with it, with the accent. But we just love doing it. It's just so fun. And, we love doing the dwarves on Lord of the Rings, quoting dialogue from the Lord of the Rings. It's fun. So, yes, I love Ireland. I love every place, really. I love that everyone around the world can learn piano. Just from this little studio here, I can, rinky-dink studio, well, it's not rinky-dink, it's awesome. But, it's just a small studio, and we can reach people around the world. And it's just an amazing thing. Let's see some more comments, because they won't show up on my phone. I love the 80s music, too. Was having problems viewing this on Facebook. I was, too. I just did a live video on Facebook, and it just, Facebook, they're great, and then they're not great. But the live streaming thing, they need to work on that. Couldn't see any comments. Wouldn't show everybody, but I think the YouTube works pretty well. So anyway, back to Rod Stewart. 80s, love Rod Stewart, love the songs I grew up with, hearing the radio, because no one listens to the radio anymore, right? I know there's internet radio, but you don't just turn on the radio and hear your local station and all the songs. So not everybody is listening to the same music all the time like we used to be. But when I started discovering rock and roll later on in life, really late 20s, early 30s, because I was, brought up in the classical tradition, classical music, then I discovered the Faces, okay? Rod Stewart and the Faces back long ago, I guess 70s. And man, he was a rock and roller, and he could sing, and he could jam, and it was a rock and roll band. In fact, one of my favorite bands later, the Black Crowes, were heavily influenced by the Faces. And if you listen to Rod Stewart singing, he sounds, or Chris Robinson sounds like, Rod Stewart back then. So they were really influenced. But I love the rock and roll Rod Stewart as well, maybe even more than the sweet Rod Stewart of the 80s. Anyway, so, but he made a lot of money doing that. I don't blame him for doing that. He kind of sweetened. And great voice. So we're going to do that song. Even though this is not Rod Stewart's version, a lot of people have done this. This is a piano cover version. I think Tom Waits from Everything But the Girl. Is that a movie, Everything But the Girl? Anyway, it's really neat piano part to play along with it. And I'm going to do that for you in just a second after I see these comments. Man, YouTube is great. I love the streaming. Got to go up here to see it, though. Let's see. Please don't do that accent if you come here. Anthony Brennan. I won't, but I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to practice it in private, Anthony. So let's see. I need to send you a Pompeii shirt. Please do. I will wear it. If you send me a Pompeii shirt, I will wear it. As long as it doesn't have anything, obscene on it. I will wear it. I love T-shirts. Let's see. Now I play on my own. That's great. I guess one of those, Cheryl, one of those people who learned from the website, and now they're just playing on their own, which, that's a great thing. I guess that's the goal. Katie says, hi, Shawn from Canada. Got a lot of Canadians out there that I love. You guys are just wonderful. A lot of Canadians, a lot of Australians. I don't know why it works like that, but it just does. And hello, I know a lot of Canadian fans. Have you ever heard the band Jellyfish? I don't think so. I don't think I have. It must be an Australian band. Let's see. I still watch my early Rod Stewart on YouTube. He's great. Love Sailing by him. Yes, me too. The person from Pompeii. And Eduardo says, Mr. Play Elton John improvisation on intro. Take me to the pilot. I'll have to look that up. I don't know that offhand, but I do love Elton John. I'm about to play for you and sing, but I keep getting the comments and I love it. What was the thing? I lost my train of thought. Oh, Elton John. So many Elton John fans out there. Whenever I would do the hard request list, always 2, 3, 4, 5 Elton John songs. And not just the album versions, a lot of live versions, because, Elton's best stuff is when he plays live, right? Yeah, he does a lot of stuff in the live versions that he does not do on the album version. So you have not only this wealth of Elton John songs that he wrote during the span of his creative time, but also the live versions, which give you even more, because they're all different, even from one live performance to the next. He does different things. And he's not one of those who only does the fills in the gaps, when he sings a phrase and then he does something. He plays cool stuff while he's singing. A lot of piano players don't do that and can't do that. But his piano parts stand alone. You don't even have to sing. You can just play Elton John music and immediately sounds like Elton John. So anyway, I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to get back to this song here. Elton and Billy are the kings of piano. I agree. There may be a few people that can kind of be in that group, but Elton and Billy stand at the top there. It's pronounced Pompeii, not Pompeii. Too funny. All right, Pompeii. Thank you for correcting me. I will wear your shirt if you send me one. Okay. Let's see. All right, so Downtown Train, but I just said Rod Stewart because he's the one I grew up learning this song. A lot of people have covered it very well. This is from Everything But the Girl. I'm going to switch camera views, so my back's not to you. I'm going to go to this one here. Okay. La 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 la. All right, so okay. Here's the intro part. I'm going to teach some of this kind of fast a little bit later, but here's how it goes. Intro, bum, bum. Real simple. Tonight another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. Climb through your window down the street. I'm shining like a new dime on a downtown train. Continues between that. That's actually where there's a girl singing a duet with it. If you haven't heard it, look it up. Everything But the Girl, Downtown Train. I think Tom Waits is in it. But yeah, right there, the girl starts singing right there. It's very nicely done, and it's an easy enough piano part to where you can play it and sing with it. A lot of you, want to sing while you play or want to start to sing while you play. This is a great one to do it on because the piano part isn't too complicated. Okay, you should be able to do that. So I'm going to teach that in just a second. Let's go back to the better camera view that I like here from the front. And let's see if we have any more comments here. All right, tons of comments. Sorry I'm disappearing, but I have to get up here to see. I can't. My eyes aren't as good as they were. Murray says, do you have to pay royalties or fee to play all the artists? As long as I don't perform the whole thing, just like a verse. And then, of course, you get in trouble when you try to perform the whole thing. Except on YouTube, I think they like you because they can actually share ad revenue on that. So a lot of times they'll if you're doing monetization, the companies will automatically, be put, on the song that they own, and they share royalties because they like it now. I know they used to hate it and try to get everybody off. There's still some of the old record companies that aren't on board with it, but most companies now like when you will do a cover or something like that. But they get their money off the ad revenue on YouTube. They figured out that was a good thing. And so, yeah, that's how that works. So as long as I don't perform the whole thing. Let's see. Accent on the first poem. Okay. Margot says, I am teaching myself. You've Got a Friend by Carole King. Thanks for the lesson. You're welcome. Talking about that, we are, we all have teachers, but really, ultimately, the teacher that you need to get on board with is yourself, because you're the one that teaches yourself when you're practicing, in the practice room or whenever you work on stuff. You're the one that's deciding what to do and how to spend your time, and you have to be a good teacher for yourself. I find that most people are way harder on themselves than they should be, than anybody else would be. I've had people say, I'm terrible. I'll just try to do this here. What do you think of this performance? And the performance blows me away. Okay, and they were so critical of themselves, and I find a lot of people are that way. Look, give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Wherever you're at, that's where everybody else is at. Even if someone rises to a higher level, they had to be at that level that you're at for a while. Everyone does. We all start at zero, and we all have this journey together wherever we are. I'll take someone for example, Tom Petty, one of the best singer-songwriters ever. Wasn't a great guitar player. He just wasn't. He could play chords. He could sort of do lead a little bit, but he wasn't a great guitar player. All right? His voice wasn't one that very unique, but he couldn't do awesome things with his voice like some people do. But he had a unique sounding voice. He had an awesome voice for the music that he wrote. He was an awesome songwriter, but he wasn't really that great of a guitar player. Neither is Bruce Springsteen. Yet they're considered these giants, and they should be as singer-songwriters. So sometimes we hold ourselves to standards that are just not. We shouldn't. So lighten up on yourself. I just wanted to say that. What other comments we have? Getting so many I can't answer them all now. Vernon, Texas. Hey, how you doing from Vernon, Texas? Cheryl says you should learn scales. To someone saying, Shawn, I've been playing chords on my keyboard on the left hand only. How do I learn to speed them using both my hands on the piano? Are there exercises you would recommend to spread them? I don't really know what you mean by that, spread the chords. I don't know. I'd have to have clarification on that, what you mean by spread the chords. And you said left hand. Most piano playing, the chords are not in the left hand. They're in the right hand, right? Most of the chords are in the right hand. Most of the time, the left hand's just doing an octave or a fifth or some pattern, sometimes a chord pattern, but most of the chord stuff is in the right hand. So I think a lot of block chord playing in the left hand may not be where you want to go with that. Now, scales are good. Working your arpeggios, everybody knows your scales. Anyway, I'm rusty. We can practice our scales. We can practice our arpeggios. You can see I need to work on mine. Broken chords and so forth. Those are all exercises. Some people really get honed in on those exercises and think, I've got to be good at these exercises and play them an hour a day so that I can play all the music that I love. I think scales and arpeggios and all that stuff are good to a point. spend a little time on them. They do help your technique. They do help you understand chords and feel chords under your fingers, but you can do them too much. I think you should always spend most of your time playing the music that you love, because you'll get a lot of that chord, arpeggio stuff, scales, well, not maybe scales so much, but you'll get a lot of that in the music that you play. A lot of your technique can be improved from playing the songs that you like. So if you want to use scales and stuff as a supplement, yes, do that. In fact, I would recommend it, but don't put too much emphasis on it. Don't be so concerned with, I lack here, I lack here, I'm not good here, I'm not good here, because a lot of that will clear up by just playing all this music that you love. Spend time playing the songs that you love over and over and over again. Once you learn a song, don't put it to rest. Keep playing it every day, and then add another song. Keep playing both of those songs. Add it to your bag of songs that you can play. Fill that bag up with songs that you can play, and a lot of your technique and improvement will come from doing that, not these scales that are kind of dry, things that we do on the side for a supplement that are helpful to a point. Okay, so I just wanted to put that in there. And we are going to teach this song. Shawn, you're so much more relaxed in front of the camera than your early days. You are right. I'm struggling with hands together. I can do most major scales, both hands quickly. Okay. I'm just reading the comments. Hold on. For instance, I used the whole chord. Yeah, I'm still not quite understanding, Wooter. But anyway, I hope what I said will help. Yeah, somebody talks about the early days. I'm much more relaxed now. Well, yeah, you get that way. I used to. Yeah, I'd be really nervous knowing that thousands of people are going to see that video. And it is more relaxed. And surprisingly, I'm more relaxed in this live video than I am when I'm recording lessons for the website. The part ones where you gotta be on, feel like you have to advertise or whatever. So yeah, I have noticed that too. I'll look at one more comment and then we'll get to the lesson on this. Struggling with hands together. Oh yeah, I wanted to answer that one. Jay Lowens says, I'm struggling with hands together. I can do most major scales with both hands pretty quickly, but hands together is killing me. I've said this before. I forget that I've got to say a lot of the things over again. It's not enough to say it once. You have to keep saying it for people that are new or maybe people that forget. You don't want hand independence. That's what you have, and that's what's hurting you. It's your hands are independent. You want hand cooperation, okay? Let's say I have these bongos, okay? And the question is, getting your hands to play together. I can't get my hands playing together. I hear that all the time, over and over. Okay? You need, let's see. Let's see if I can do my thumbs here. That's cooperation between my hands. It's getting them to work together. It's a rhythm problem. When you have a rhythm you're playing, let's take a measure of music, and you have left and right hand. It's not a right hand rhythm and then the left hand rhythm, and they're doing their own thing at the same time. That's not what it is. You feel the whole rhythm together. Da, 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 da. I felt the whole rhythm as one thing. One hand, both hands were working together in cooperation. That's what you need, not hand independence. So just continuing to play hand separately scales is not going to get your hands to play together. You're working on the wrong thing. Now, left hand alone scales help the left hand to become stronger and more dexterous, but they do not help one bit playing your hands together. Okay, now I wrote a series on the website on Web Piano Teacher, and this is, I guess a plug for my website, but it's called I've Got Rhythm, Volume 1 and Volume 2. The songs in there that I did and the lessons are designed to get your hands playing together. So if you're a friend or family member level on the website, you have access to those right now. Just go to them. There's sheets for all of them too. And I teach real live people who have trouble with rhythm how to get over that hump and get their hands going together. And right before your eyes, you can see them doing that. So again, the series is called I've Got Rhythm on Web Piano Teacher. But they're just, something that I decided, you know what, I got to teach everyone how to do this. I've got to help people get their hands together. So I wrote 2 volumes, and it's like 4 hours of lessons on things to help you get your hands playing together. Because once you get that skill down, then you can do it on everything, okay? Guys, it's not like you have to try real hard to learn this song. Try real hard to learn this song. Move on. Every song that you learn really well, you take the things that you gained to the next song. And you take that. It's like a snowball, okay? And it grows and it grows, and you become better and better and better at that. That's why, I can do what I do. I've played so many songs, so many thousands of songs that, music only is just taken apart, put back together, and repackaged. Okay? There's only so many notes. There's only so many chords. And once you get something, you're going to have that on everything else you do. Okay, I've got to get to teaching this lesson. I said I was going to teach it, and I'm going to right now. So we're going to switch cameras, and we're going to get back to this song. I'm teaching you more. Whoops. There we go. More than I normally do in a part 1, because this isn't really a part 1 lesson. It's just showing you. All right, so you remember, let's play it again. Tonight another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime right there. Climb through your window down the street, shining like a new dime on a downtown train. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through the chords. I'm not going to go really slow like I do a lot of times. G chord, dun, dun, dun. Second measure is a C major 7, and then a D chord, and then bum, 1, 2, 3, bum, 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 C chord. Little melody in the right hand. Da da dum. So that AG goes quick. So. Tonight, that's where you start singing. Tonight another, and that's a C major 7. Yellow, that's a D chord. Moon, G chord. It's punched a hole. Hole is C chord again, but a D on top. You're right in E, G, C. Nighttime, G chord. Na 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 na, G chord. Shining like a new dime. C chord, D chord, C chord on a downtown train. So that's, switch back to the other camera. Not too, there we go. Don't know my numbers. They're on the cameras. Not too hard to play and sing. So try, if you've ever wanted to play and sing, this is the one to do it on. You can try it on this, and I think you'll have some success doing that. It's not too complicated to play and start singing. And then once you do that, you can do another one. A good band for doing this on is the Beatles. They have a lot of songs that are just chords, and like, Let It Be and Hey Jude and a lot of others where you can just play chords and sing, and that'll get you going. And theirs are easy too, because they just have regular guy voices. They're not super high or anything, and you can usually sing within the range that they're doing, male or female. So a lot of fun. I'll answer any more little questions here, and then we'll call it a day for the live video. Jay Lowen says, I'm an absolute beginner. Makes sense. Thanks for answering. You're welcome. Shawn, are you going to sell merchandise? Yes, I want to do that. We're trying to figure out what it's going to be, because I want it to be fun stuff, not just something that, there's an ad for me. I want it to be something that's cool, something that's fun, kind of, like the t-shirts I wear, kind of in that vein, but for piano, for music, for what we're doing here, because we're a special group, right? We can't read music. I can, but I was terrible at it, so I share that with you. And I don't, and we learn by ear. We learn really good with our ear. And you know what? Music notation is just man's way of coming up with a way to, put music down in a form where other people can read it. And it's effective and it's good, but hey, it's not the only way to learn. There are other ways to learn. And people just used to learn music by ear, showing each other how to play. And then another person would show another person, and they would just demonstrate. And your ear was the thing that you used. And that's why so many good players that have great ears, that's what they want to use. And why not do that if that's what's going to suit you? Reading music is a great skill to have, and I recommend trying it. If that's what you're after. But we're kind of a unique group here, and that's kind of cool too. So I love that about our meetings. So anyway, this is our live video for YouTube today. I'm going to try to keep doing this because it's really fun, and I love all the comments and getting to connect with you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.